Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Unity on the Mountain. It's a beautiful day. Come on, that's all right. We're going to go and stand up and light and move. And have us here, coming home to Unity. So we're going to get here in just a moment. There we go. Awesome. Coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity. Heaven is here right now. We gather here today to laugh and learn and pray, to feel the life within us grow. And now it's time to start, to open every heart to what we already know. We gather here today to laugh and learn and pray, to feel the life within us grow. And now it's time to start, to open every heart to what we already know. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Coming home to Unity, heaven is here right now. Heaven is here right 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 now. Heaven is here right 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 here right now. An enthusiastic future musician. May I have a seat? Oh, give some love, shake a hand, say good morning to your fellow neighbors. What are you doing?
Hands are working.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's just so very fine to have you here with us at Unity Church on the Mountain. Let us affirm together our opening statement, which can be found in the bulletin and up on the top. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God the good. This is our Christ candle, which represents that sweet, divine inner essence within each and every one of us. Oh, yes, Reverend Carol, would you like
One of the
to?
things we've been doing, we started doing this, is passing the globe around so that during the service, as it comes to you, you can put that love energy into it, using this as a symbol of a whole world. We don't have a symbol of the galaxy, but this will have to do with it. So you can hold it for however feels good, and then just pass it to the person who's easiest to catch it.
Thank you. That's what we're doing. Let's affirm together our vision and mission statements.
Centered in God, we aspire spiritual transformation, creating a world of love, peace, and prosperity. We are an inclusive spiritual community, inspiring, awakening, and serving in love.
Oh my. The children's blessing. Guess what? We have Miss Amy's handsome grandson is gay and
I'm more interested in eating this bulletin. And of course, Katie's back there.
Yes, and Desmond, and we thank you, Desmond, for doing such a fine job of the gay food work. And let us think of all the very special young people and children in our lives. And we have another young man there too. And all over the world. By saying, we love you. We bless you. We behold Christ in you. We accept you just the way you are. Walking in beauty, you are the divine.
We're going to go ahead and sing another song, right? Yeah? Can we do that? Maybe if you're eating bulletin, you won't like it. So we're going to sing God is Real. Oh, thank you. Go ahead and stand up if you would be. Sorry, I thought I said that.
God is real, God is magnificent, God is light, God is love, God is real, God is magnificent, God is light, God is love. I am real, I am magnificent, I am light, I am love, I am real, I am magnificent, I am light, I am love. You are real, you are magnificent, you are light, you are love. You are real, you are magnificent, you are light, you are love. We are real, we are magnificent, we are light, we are love. We are real, we are magnificent, we are light, we are love. God is real, God is magnificent, God is light, God is love. God is real, God is magnificent, God is light, God is love.
Nice there. You may have a seat.
Bill and Asher, please bring forward the prayer box.
Breathe in prayer. Breathe in the awareness of divine love. At this moment, we are focusing that prayer, that understanding for all of those prayer requests that have been written down and put in this box, knowing that as they are here for a while, that divine love that permeates this place, it permeates the thoughts of people who come in on a regular basis, whether it's us, whether it's people during the week, and they will then go up to Unity Village to be in the prayer room for 30 days. And realizing that these written prayers are symbols. They are symbols of those prayers in our hearts. So we're opening ourselves to that awareness of divine love, divine light. God is real. God is magnificent. And we open ourselves to accepting all the blessings that are there for us. And we say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
And now we're going to have Dean read the daily word.
The Daily Word, Sunday, January 31st, year 2016. Healing. Wholeness is my true nature. I am vibrant and strong. My true spiritual identity, the I am who I am, is the source and catalyst for my healing. As I turn to this inner presence to reaffirm my wholeness, I find that what I have been seeking is already present within me. So I relax into this place of love and light and rediscover everything I need for healing. Wholeness is my true nature. At the core of my being is the eternal truth that wholeness is my natural state. I am one with unlimited spiritual life and power. When I tap into that divine essence, I feel energized and revitalized. My life of healing is an inner unfolding and a satisfying journey into the truth of who I am. Wholeness is my true nature. I am vibrant and strong. God said to Moses, I am who I am. He said further, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you.
Thank you very much, Dean. Let us prepare ourselves by going within, where peace abides, wisdom guides, and love provides, by saying together our sacred Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
And move even deeper into that place of connectedness. Breathing inspiration. Breathing in awareness of that one God, that one presence. Breathing in, I am. I am. Knowing within ourselves we cannot say the name of God as the only place that we have received it directly. It's I am. An awareness of our oneness, and allowing of that awareness into our physical understanding. allowing our consciousness to relax and let go. Let go of concerns, let go of beliefs. Let go. Allow God. God in this space. Divine mind, divine energy, divine light. I am light. I am love. Allowing. Moving into that place of silence as we allow. In the silence of our own heart. In the silence. Holding on to that connectedness, that awareness. Gently open your thoughts. What are the issues that are in your mind and heart at this moment? Open those to that divine mind. Open the concerns for friends and loved ones. Just open. Open, allow. Knowing this divine energy permeates, is all that is. As we allow these concerns to rise up, we are simply providing an opportunity for us to become aware of the answers, of the results. So we hold those that we dearly love, whether it's health issues, financial. We hold our larger world in that light, the I am light. For all is within that divine realm of God. Allowing, simply allowing. Allowing that energy to flow through us. I am the light of the world. Allow those words just resonating in your soul to know I am. I am how God expresses itself in words and actions. I am. I allow. It is not my ego consciousness. It is that oneness, that connection. That connection. I am connected. I am one. Breathe in again, that oneness, that understanding. Reaching out to know in that oneness, we are connected with all of those. First, those who are here in this particular space, and then reaching out, all of those who are in a place of understanding and awareness of that divine connection, that light. We are candles of millions, divine light. I am the light. You are the light. Our master teacher said, you are the light of the world. Do not allow it to be hidden. And for this awareness and understanding, we give our grateful thanks. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. I'm pleased to see a few more people than braved the hill last Sunday. Had some concerns about what that driveway was going to be like, and so thanking Glenn Roberts for making the journey out here to see whether it was possible to come up, and it was, and so we're so appreciative, and just let him know that. You know, we began this year, as we do all years, with that burning bowl service of letting go what we knew in this moment that we wanted to let go of, and to be thinking about what we wanted this year to become for us, who we want to be in this year, and moving forward in that process of being transformed by the renewing of our mind. What does that mean? You know, when you look at our newsletter, when you look at our things, you know, there's that line underneath our unity information. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So how do we do that? And what does that mean? And that whole renewing process, it's not a one-time thing. I think one of the gifts that we have of coming through the world on an annual basis, we get to realize as the world goes through this transformation process every year, every season, things change, so do we. And I was thinking about an analogy, you know, and it's really easy to think in terms of flowers because they're so bright and pretty, but flowers come and then quite often they go. Think of ourselves as a tree. That each season it goes through that renewal process, and as it comes through that process, it has grown even more magnificent. So we're in that process. And so how do we do that? So we've been looking at some practical steps. So last week we talked about the power of choice and how powerful it is to be aware that everything we do is our choice, even when we do not understand how that is. I remember when I first came into Unity and was learning about choice and personal responsibility, and something would happen and I wouldn't be feeling very good, and I would say to myself, okay, I am just going to accept this. This is absolute gospel. It is my choice. It is my responsibility. I am responsible for feeling sick, and when I get good and tired of it, I will do something different. And you know, just having that thought would change things. When I get good and tired, when I get ready, I can do something different. Think about the power, that energy that flows through you when you say, oh, I can do something different. Well, when we look at all of these choices, we think about one of the areas of choice we have is how do we judge others, situations, ourselves? What is that process? Do we stop and think, this is my choice how I am judging out there? And it happens so quickly and so easily that we don't think about it. We react. One of the processes as we move forward in this new thought is to how do we begin to teach ourselves to let go of reaction, or at least to catch ourselves very quickly in that process when we are reacting, and to hear ourselves. So awareness is all. So on Monday, I was around a variety of people, and several of them attend Montesano Methodist Church. And Montesano Methodist did not hold services last Sunday. There was a lot of ice on the sidewalks and things like this, and they very appropriately said, no, we are canceling our church services. So it's people who attended Montesano shared this with friends who go to Trinity Methodist and First Methodist, and the response was, well, how could you do that? How could you cancel church? We didn't have any problems. You should not have done that. They had no idea. They had no idea. How many times do we do that? Without even thinking about it, we respond to somebody's choices in ways that we don't know how they came that. Well, a conversation we were having last week, and reminded me of, I have a male child who's been in jail once or twice, and most of us, or many of us, have had male children or relatives, or sometimes female, and what kind of judgment sometimes do you hear when somebody says, what? You didn't hire a lawyer to get them out? You didn't take these steps without any idea of what those choices might have been for you. Now, many of us in our personal lives have made choices of partners or lifestyles and things like that didn't work out so good. And how many of us have mostly the parental authority figures that say something similar to, well, you made your bed, now you gotta lie on it. No understanding. No, you can get out of that bed. You can make it up. You can put different sheets on that bed. You can go a wide variety of things. Go out there and make that a prettier process to do that. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot, and probably because I'm very interested in it, is the amount of judgment around the death with dignity process, is the ability of people to make an informed choice that this is the time for me to end my life. We're not talking people going through just massive depression. We're not talking about young people. We're talking about older people, or sometimes people who have an incurable illness that are moving into that place of incredible pain and choosing to make a choice. And some of you may be going, you may feel that reaction within yourself. Oh, no, that's not appropriate. And we make judgments without having any idea what that is like. People who have to make the choice to have a loved one intubated, or to have that taken out, or to have the machines unplugged. We make choices based on our values without any way understanding what may be going on with those people, with that family, or what they knew that their loved one wanted. On Friday, I went to a presentation at it's Wellstone Mental Health Center. Most of us knew it as Madison County Mental Health Center, so they've changed the name there. And it was a presentation directed specifically to ministers and other spiritual leaders. And what the approach was, the judgment of so many church people, including the leaders, against mental health. That people who we find out got the flu, oh, okay, we'll pray for you. What can we do? Can we bring you something? Whatever. Oh, no, you've been diagnosed with some kind of a mental illness of some kind. Stay away with me. And depending, and two of our presenters came from very traditional backgrounds, and both of them, one with his own personal experience of judgment, and also for his child, and the other one with the child of having ministers in church groups say, and we will pray for you, and we will cast the devil out, but you as a parent, there must be something wrong with you that your child has this, or there must be something wrong with you that, talk about judgment. very real judgment, and to help us become aware. Sometimes we don't even think about that because mental health issues have been something that in some way our society has kind of taught us how to be afraid of people. So again, being aware of where we make some of these judgments. Thinking about how we judge ourselves. How do we say, we were having a pretty interesting discussion upstairs, and we're doing the parable, the pearl of great price, and so talking about having something negative within us, and then as we begin to grow and learn, creating that pearl around it. And in the conversation, I used the words of judging myself. And one of our class said, well, actually maybe it's looking at behavior, not judging ourselves. I am. There's nothing wrong with myself. My behavior is now a whole different process. Can I step back and look at that behavior and say yes? Because judgment is neither good nor bad, it's how we apply that judgment. Yes, in my judgment, this is not appropriate behavior. This behavior does not work for me anymore, and I am ready and willing to be able to change that behavior. So we always have to think about what's going on, and we think about all the other things that we are in a place of judgment. And those of you, well, I watch Facebook, that's my go-to place. You watching television, listening to talk radio or whatever it is, think about all the things that come up automatically when we talk about the Affordable Care Act, all of the politics. Whatever side of politics that you're on, there's always somebody saying something, and without even thinking about it, you feel this coming up. Immigration, refugees, all of those kinds of things. So I want us to think about a little bit about how quickly we come up with judgment. So I brought a couple of things down here for you. So just want you to, this is for you just to think about how quick your judgment or your opinions come to the fore. So I brought some paintings down here for you to see. And just pay attention. Pay attention. What comes up in you? What automatically comes up and says, what the heck is she doing? What is that? What was she thinking? Oh, I like that. All of the different things without you even putting any energy into it comes up to help us become aware of how quickly we come to judgment and without even thinking about it. We've got some young people here. We've got this one down here. We've got one back there. We've got one up there. And think about how we interact with young people and how, without even thinking about our language, you're a bad kid. Oh, you're a good kid. Oh, aren't you a pretty girl? Aren't you a handsome boy? You know some of the things that children can do with those kinds of judgmental processes? And sometimes even the most positive can have really serious effects. And I'm thinking about a few years, it was just a couple of years before I came in to Unity, and I worked for a small business, mom and pop kind of organization, and their 15-year-old boy ran away from home. What on earth is going on? He was an A student. They had no idea. Why did he run away from home? In the process of looking in his room and trying to find out if they could find some clues where he might have gone to, what they discovered was a stash of empty liquor bottles in the back of his closet. He had been drinking. I mean, we're talking hard liquor here. What was all that about? Here's this A student child. Well, they did find out where he was, and he, I don't know how, whether he'd been picked up, and it was too long ago for me to remember the details. And I also remember in this process, as they were going to get him and to find out what was going on, it's the first time I ever used prayer line. Now, I didn't know anything about Unity, so it was Oral Roberts prayer line. But I called that prayer line. and I got this wonderful, positive message. And you know what? It was within 24 hours. You know, there were positive results of them picking up their child and bringing him home. Well, what do you think they found out? Here is this A student who had been drinking now for a while, and he's only 15, he's gone running off. Here is an A student. What do we do to our A student children? Oh, we brag on them. Aren't you wonderful? Oh, you are so smart. Well, as a young child, you know, this was working. Well, as he got older and the grades got, as he went up, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade, you know, the work got harder. Now, he stayed an A student, but there was something in him that said, you know, this work is getting harder. What if I don't stay an A student? They won't love me anymore. They won't love me anymore. So he started self-medicating, and that was where the alcohol came from. And finally, it just got too much to bear, and he ran away. They never occurred to them to have a conversation, because what can be bad about telling somebody how smart and how intelligent they are? And aren't you a good kid? You got all A's on your report card. What is the kid thinking? Now, not all kids do this, but a lot of them do. What happens when I bring that first B home? What happens when I do this? Talk to women. I don't know if this happens with very good-looking boys, because there are little boys that are just as beautiful as the girls. What happens to that young girl when her beauty isn't the focal point anymore? I have no value. Have no value. And it takes thought to be able to say, I want to say good things, I want to build this person up. We have to think about it in different ways. How do we use different words? So just as I'm reading this and working on this, I'm at the drugstore, I'm standing in line, and here's this little top about this high, and she's got one of the advertising, one-piece advertising thing, and she's holding it up, and she's just going to town. You know, she's reading this advertising. I've just been working on this. I'm thinking, okay, how can I say something positive to her without being the aren't you smart kind of thing? So, okay, I have to think about it. Are you reading that? Yes, I am. Well, do you read books? Yes, I do. How old are you? I'm 3. You know, and I kind of ran out of things. I had to think about questions that would lead her forward. Not, you know, sometimes we tell somebody, oh, that is absolutely wonderful. It's actually some kind of a stopper, because then, oh, well, I'm doing this as good as what it needs to be. I don't need. So we have to begin thinking about things. We have to begin thinking about, yes, we have people in our lives that we do not appreciate their behavior. Can we say things like, I don't appreciate that behavior. That behavior is totally unacceptable. You will be punished for that behavior. However, you are not your behavior. I love you, but I will not tolerate this behavior. But it takes more work. We have really been taught to be a little bit lazy as we are in our process of communication. So thinking about this whole process, we think about judgment as being one of these really tricky words, because it is really on a spectrum. Here is condemnation on one end, and here is righteous, we see this in the Bible, righteous judgment. What does that mean? What is the difference? And all of the things along this spectrum. Well, condemnation, and we hear this, you are bad, you're a sinner, that is absolutely morally wrong, whatever that happens to be in that particular tradition. This is not right for me. You know, so my righteous judgment, this does not work for me. I get to choose those things that do not work for me, and I do not have to condemn somebody else for their behavior. I can also look at behaviors that are totally unacceptable out there and say, that is absolutely wrong. However, what we need to be aware of is however I judge out there is the same judgment that will be used for me. That's a nice scripture that I'm not going to, it's down here towards, oh, here we go. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Now, some people want to interpret that saying we shouldn't be judging. No, we just need to be aware. If I'm going to judge that behavior in you, then I need to accept that if I do similar behavior, I am willing to accept that same level of judgment. And hopefully, that is true. If I'm thinking it's that bad outside, I had better not be moving in that direction for myself. So this whole judgment thing is something we really need to pay attention to. How am I doing this? Am I doing it without even thinking about it? Am I doing it as quickly? And we can go to the museum, we can go listen to music, we can turn on the radio. It comes up. You know, we call it opinion. Here's well, it's only my opinion, however. You know, to be aware of it. Remember, awareness is all. And here's what Fillmore has to say. Man's safety lies in recognizing his or her need and balancing the judgment faculty with love. Balancing judgment with love. Then there will spring forth a new conquering power which will express itself in righteousness and justice without condemnation. Can we have justice? Can we call somebody to justice? Can we be called to justice without condemning them? Is justice and condemnation the same thing? We need to think about that. When judgment is divorced from love and works from the head alone, there goes forth the human cry for justice. In his mere human judgment, man is hard and heartless. He deals out punishment without consideration of motive or cause, and justice goes awry. And this final one from Fillmore. We are stuck with our judgments until we change them. Always remember it. You know? And to not condemn ourselves. If I've been in this place out here, many of us have, depending on what our background is, we grow, we shift, we change. We don't need to condemn ourselves for being there in the past. We need to be looking at our behaviors and saying, how can I grow so that I come from a place that is more loving? And how many of us say, well, of course I'm coming from a place of love. We need to be paying attention to how I am saying it. When we say things to our children and our loved ones, we really are coming from a place of love, yet we have to pay attention to our languaging and how we put it out there and what actually the energy that is coming through us, so that I am truly expressing my love even if I'm in a place of punishment, or stopping you from doing something that's not working, or stopping you from hurting me. And none of this says we are victims. None of this says we are doormats. We just need to be aware of what we are doing. And also being aware that when we are in a place of judgment, we can also be putting ourselves in the place of that superiority. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't wear that. I wouldn't hang with that crowd of people. I can sing better than that. Well, Gary might have something to say. So, to be aware, to be aware. So here's a few scriptures. I tell you, on the day of judgment, and this is a scary one, folks, people will give account for every careless word they speak. Now think about that in unity terms. What does unity say? When is the day of judgment?
Right now.
Today. Be aware of careless words. For by your words you will be justified, or in this case, you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. So this, be impeccable with your words. Anybody is aware of the 4 agreements? What does that mean? Again, it means we have to think about it. What did I say? Let me pay attention to that. Stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. So again, it's not saying don't judge, but be careful of what you're using to make that judgment. Pay attention, get more information in this process. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. And doesn't this seem to fit with a verse in the Lord's Prayer? Forgive us our debts as we forgive others. Again, where am I in this process? Let me think about that. Let me be aware of that process. And the one that I just read. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. And what does that mean, that measure that we use? Are we doing it with love? Now, we can do wrong and inappropriate things, even with love. But intention does make a difference. Intention does make a difference. So as we begin to grow that process, am I doing everything I can to come from a place of love? And then I just love this quote that somebody sent from Facebook. Just does all kinds of things for my mom. The difference between a flower and a weed is judgment. And to remind you of what all this was, this quote that spoke to me, I haven't come this far to only come this far. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and stand up and sing another song. I'll join together. We haven't done this before, but it's real good. Repeat this twice, okay? We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love, 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 joined together in love, 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 love. dubbed the babysitter for my special. Miss Lucy, you know Miss Lucy. Miss Lucy. Good boy. Your eyes. Thank you for the babysitter so I can sing my solo. He's enthusiastic though, you gotta give him credit for that. So, Colors of the Wind. Y'all know this one. Nessa Williams had also sung it. You think you are whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who can think like you. If you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or has the grinning bobcat what he grins? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once you never wonder what there were. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain.
came to own the earth and still hold all things earth you can paint with all the colors of the